Mercedes-AMG Interview Lounge.
John Legend, welcome to the show. It's great to see you, sir.
Great to see you. How's everybody?
We're good. Danielle, Gandhi, Froggy, Scary, we're all good?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yep. Great.
So here we are. The Froggy's doing the show from his guest bedroom in Jacksonville, Florida. I'm in my basement in New Jersey. Gandhi is at her sister's house in Columbus. It's like, this is our new world, but it seems to be working. Is your new world working for you? Are you doing okay?
It's fine. I'm in our dining room in LA, and I've filmed a lot of things here. I did a whole live season for The Voice here and done a lot of interviews in this room. So it's gotten a lot of work.
Did you do your special from there?
We shot our Father's Day special here at the house, and we shot one part of it at the Griffith Observatory in LA, but everything else was here.
Well, your album is getting a lot of play in my house. We should never objectify our favorite artists, but here I go. My favorite John Legend of works of John Legend. Number one used to be the Christmas album. Uh-huh. And Bigger Love is now taken number one. And Jesus Christ Superstar was by number three when you did that on live TV. You've
amazing.
done some amazing things. You're a big EGOT guy. I mean,
yeah, well, I'm glad you like the new album.
Is that as big a deal?
The EGOT is a big deal. I'm grateful for it. I'm in a category with only 14 other people in the history of entertainment. So that's pretty cool.
I'd use that in my house, John. If something went wrong in my house and my family did something to me, I'd be like, "Excuse me, sweetie, I have an EGOT. You have to listen to me."
Exactly.
Yeah. You can imagine.
I mean, at the very least,
over.
all of them should be lined up behind you. So every interview that you do, they see not only do you have them, but they're right there.
Well, when I do my performances on the piano, they're right there. So if you've seen me do the live performances from home on my Instagram live or whatever, the EGOT is right there on the shelf right next to the piano. So
good.
I do flex sometimes.
Yeah, you gotta. You don't even have to mention them. They're just there in the background. So when Danielle was the first of us to hear Bigger Love, the whole thing, and she called me. She said, "There's a song in here. I think he's like talking about like getting really busy. I think he's talking about vagina or something."
Yeah. So wait. So when I first heard "Ooh La," right? That's what I thought it was about at first. I was wait a second.
It is though.
And it is. It is. I was right. There you go.
Touched it. In Bigger Love. Here's what I got out of it. Just first listen. I just felt it was positive. I played it on a sunny day. And do you ever hear a song and you're like, oh my God, this song I'm listening to matches the day I'm living. And I found it very, very much full of love and positivity. I'm assuming that was your foundation to launch it. Tell us in your mind, what inspired you to make Bigger Love what it is?
Well, I was so happy that it was ready in time to release for the summer because it felt like a summer album for me. And we just finished it a few weeks ago, but when I talked with the label, I wanted to put it out for summer because I felt like it was the right kind of energy for summer. I wrote a lot of the songs over 2019 and early 2020. So it wasn't during the pandemic when I was writing the songs. I was creating these songs from a place of being happy in my life and my relationship, being inspired by the music that I've grown up listening to and loved. And when you listen to the album, I think you hear all of that.
First of all, Bigger Love, Danielle and I were talking with Gandhi about this. It even though you didn't write it in today's world, it just fit today's world perfectly.
Yeah.
Isn't that incredible?
John, when that song came out, I was like, we needed this song. This song is so good for right now, and it was perfect.
Yeah, it's crazy. You never know what the world's going to be like when you release something unless you write it and release it immediately. And most of the time, there's a lag time for most artists between when we write something and when we finish the record so it's ready to come out. And so you never know what the world's going to be like when that happens. And some people have delayed some of their releases because they felt like it wasn't the right timing and it wasn't appropriate to put it out. But I just felt like if there was any album that I could put out right now during this time when people are going through the crisis of the pandemic and all the other things that are happening in the country, I felt like this was the right album. People need a bit of a musical pick-me-up, a bit of a lift, some hope, some inspiration, some love. And I think this album has lots of that.
Yeah.
And to that point, I love a quote from you. I'm under no illusion that music can save the world or solve the world's problems, but I've always turned to music to help me through tough times. And I know many of you have done the same. So it's this album is truly a gift to all of us who need it right now. So there you go. I love it.
Thank you. I'm glad it's hitting its mark with a lot of people. We've been getting such great feedback about it, and I'm just happy it's out, because when you work on it for so long and you feel like you have this secret that you want to tell everybody, and finally I could let the secret out and let the world know what we've been working on.
So with all this time at home that you've been able to kind of just spend time with your family and the loved ones, do you feel like you're more creative, or do you feel like it's less of a creative time because less is happening where you're actually leaving and experiencing things?
I am less creative at home. I like to go to the studio to work. I like to, be in my zone. And also, I've been finishing this album, so it's been a lot of like listening to mixes and listening to string arrangement parts and all these other things. So in some ways that's a creative thing, but it's not the same as writing a song. And then I've been promoting it. I've been performing from the house. I've been, appearing on talk shows, appearing on radio shows and doing all that. So I've just been busy with everything else that goes with releasing the album, plus being a dad and a husband. I have not written one song since I've been on lockdown.
Okay.
John, you're actually lucky in one form of that. Your kids, I know your kids are what, 4 and 2 years old?
Yeah.
You're lucky you didn't have to become a teacher during this time at homeschool. That seems to have been like the thing that's driving parents nutty.
Yeah, Luna has a few like writing and reading workbooks that she's getting through, but other than that, it's not much of a school situation here. But if it were, a couple of years from now, 2 or 3 years from now, I'd probably have to slide into the elementary teacher role a little bit more. But
who's the better teacher, you or Chrissy? Who would be the better teacher?
Well, depends on the subject. I think Chrissy's better with like art and more creative things. She's really good at, she just loves crafts and she loves baking with the kids. They've been like doing special baking projects and she's been camping with them in the backyard. She's done so many fun things for them. But I would be like better at, teaching them math or something.
Okay. Right. So John, with this tremendous shift that's happening in our world and in our lives right now, with Black Lives Matter being just one of the most important learning times in our lives, add that to the fact you say you haven't written a song since the pandemic hit. Where does your songwriting possibly go now, considering the experience we're all witnessing right now?
Well, I'm going to experience it. I'm going to live with it for a little while. Then I'll probably get back in the studio. We're going to go on vacation in July just to get away and relax and not do any work, not do any promotion, not do anything. And then come back and I'll do the voice. And then probably I'll get back in the studio and do some more writing. And who knows where my muse will be when I start writing again. But, I'm just going to really just allow myself to be inspired, allow life to happen, and then see what comes from it.
And see, that's the best answer you would want from one of your favorite artists, because it's just, well, I don't know. There's no secret sauce. I just do it. Okay. And it always comes out so great.
You also just have to summon that creativity. So I haven't been summoning it lately because I've been working on other things. But when I sit down and try to summon it, then, I don't know what's going to come to me. But, hopefully it'll be good.
Well, you're doing a virtual concert. It's benefiting Free America. The Free America movement, by the way, is fantastic. We have several friends who work in different organizations that are taking a closer look at the justice system and going, whoa, hold on. there's a lot that needs to be studied here and revised. What are your feelings about Free America, and tell us how we can all enjoy your concert?
Well, it's Free America is something we started a few years ago. I remember when Common and I won the Oscar for Glory, the song we wrote for the film Selma. The song was already addressing what was happening during that time. At that time, Michael Brown had gotten killed in Ferguson, Missouri, and we talk about that in the song. And the Black Lives Matter protesters were out in the streets during that time, and they were using our song to say, we really need to change the system. It's not working for too many people. And one of the things that I brought up when we won the award was that we were the most incarcerated country in the world, and that's still true, but we made some progress in that area in not jailing and not imprisoning as many people as we had in the past. And that's something we need to continue to work on. And Free America, our mission is to end the era of mass incarceration in America. So we've been working on that by trying to get laws passed on the state and local level, trying to get more progressive district attorneys elected, and also just trying to educate people on what's going on in the system. And so that's been the thrust of what we've been doing over the past few years. And it's been successful. We've collaborated with organizers and activists all over the country. One of the big victories that we all worked toward was Amendment 4 in Florida, where people who had been released from prison and had formerly committed a felony and were barred from voting for life in Florida, now they're able to, after their debt has been paid to society, they're able to vote. And these are the kinds of things we've been fighting for all around the country and have seen some success. And so that's what gives me hope when these times arise, that we can come together and fight for things that we all believe should be changed and actually make the change happen.
I love that. I want you to do a search for Free America, learn more about it. Our friend Jason Flom over at Republic Records has his own organization. I mean, everyone's working hard to make it right. And use your voice and help make it right. And I thank you for sharing that with us. When's the show? When can we?
So that's on Thursday, Wave XR show. So it's kind of like a virtual concert. So I'll be kind of living in a video game world. So it'll be very interesting. I've never done anything like it before. So we're going to try it on Thursday.
Thank you, John. Have a beautiful day today, and best of luck, and enjoy your vacation.
Thank you so much. Take care, guys.
All right. Thank you so much.